How's it going, people? Real Console Gamer here, and these are what I think are the three most used peaks of 2025. Now, the first set of peaks are pretty simple. You've probably seen them done before, and they can be added to nearly any base for your shooting floor. All you do is you put a triangle where a square should be, and then you end up with this little sliver, which you can cover with a doorway just to make sure they can't get in. But yeah, not a whole lot to this one. So to build this, I will just use a 2x2 honeycomb as it's a very common footprint. Whereas normally, so you'd add a triangle and a square here, all you want to do is just put two triangles as this. And then that's simply it. You have your peaks from here. So go around and fill in, obviously, all of your spots. Not like that, but fill in your spots. And then you want to cover the exterior walls in windows, and on the inside here, you want to put a doorway. Make sure it's on the right side of the gap so the door can open and block the exterior gap. Like this. Just make sure you've got them the right way, because I've messed up that a few times. And then, yeah, that's simply it. As soon as you open the door, you can't fit through the gap. And that's pretty much it done. So next up, it's a little bit different this peak, but I have seen it a lot this year for some reason, so I thought I'd showcase it anyway. But it's a little different to the last one. You end up with this little triangular hatch that you can't fit through either way. And yeah, it's a pretty good peak down, slightly limited. You can add a door on here for extra protection, and even a ladder hatch as well, to give you slightly limited angles but better rocket protection. So obviously do with that what you will. But yeah, alright, let's get into it. Now you have to be slightly careful when using this one, because roofs and walls, you can't always build directly above roofs, so just be careful with that. But all you need to do is add a triangle hatch or triangle frame, and then two triangle roof pieces facing each other. And that's literally it. From there, you can't fit through already. I like to add a door frame. I don't think it gets rid of too many angles, but it does add a good bit more coverage for yourself. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you can add this anywhere on your base. Doesn't have to be on the shooting floor. So you can add it quite early game, which I think is the most useful thing of it. You can't exactly have two next to each other, as I'm showing here, because the roofs will link up and it messes it up a bit. But you could if you use two different materials, like a sheet metal one and an armoured one. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it. I'd recommend just putting one here or there, maybe one on each side of your base, a couple floors before shooting, or just as some early game peaks in the starter base. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into the last. Now, for the wide gaps, I think these are probably the most used, or at least the best out of the lot. They do definitely take a little bit more setting up. You have to have a disconnectable external TC and a gatehouse, but they're easy enough to add, and I will have links in the description for anyone who needs them. But yeah, these are pretty good angles, and I'll show you how to get into it. Starting off with a 2x2 is probably the simplest way. You're going to need to build out and build back, so you want to build 3 squares out with a triangle off the end. 1, 2, 3, and a triangle. Delete your 3 squares behind yourself, and then build back towards the base with just triangles in like a half moon or a semicircle shape like this. They'll be red right next to the base here and there, but that's fine. But just delete that triangle, and we'll be working off this row just behind it. And then, not that one. And then yeah, simply be upgrading. You can just do every other triangle on this. There's a bunch of different ways to do these, but I would say upgrade every other triangle, door frames across the lot, and build them up to whatever height your base is at. Don't need to do them in between ones, but it doesn't matter too much. And then yeah, once you've upgraded all of this and you've got this set up, you want to go around to the top side. And from this side, I mean, we've mostly done it all now, so all you're going to want to do is add floor frames off of the door frames, and then upgrade them, and that is literally your peaks. You won't be able to fall through these in any way, depending on the shape of your base, like e.g. honeycomb and etc. will depend on what shape floor frames you need outside. So obviously I've done a simple 2x2, so I've just got a straight line across this. If you had some other shapes, you would need slightly different. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it. From there, delete this and add your gatehouse and external TC off of these triangle floors here. Again, I've got a very quick and simple video in the description on how to add an external TC to any base, and also another one with 2 different meta gatehouse designs, so make sure you go look at them. And yeah. Once you're back up here, you can just add your windows around the outside, and that is pretty much it. I mean, from here you've got good peaks down into your compound and below where you're standing, and peaks a bit further with your windows. Now, there are quite a few different variations you can do with these wide gaps. I'd say this is just my preferred, but some people have the squares off of the base rather, to have the peaks closer to the window. I think I prefer it the other way, but I'm uncertain. You get slightly less angles like this, but it's also, you're less likely to get shot. The other one's a bit open and vulnerable, so make your choice on that. But yeah, you can even mix it up a little bit and have it slightly mixed. But yeah, I'd say overall these wide gaps are just so universal, and yeah, very, very good. If you've liked, please drop a like and a sub. See you all very soon.